Welcome to the Hype Man channel. You came to be motivated. We came to take you there. So let's grow better, be better, do better. Hey, we back, baby. Yes, sir. Hey, before we get started, I want you already know what I'm about to say, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can get this content every week. We're here to motivate it, and when we want you to see you do better, be better, and grow better. So,
That's
Coach,
right.
talk to me, man. Talk to me, Coach.
Man, hey, you know what the word is, Imani? The word out in the street is that you got to start betting on yourself.
Ooh.
You got to start betting. You want to see real victory, you have to start believing and betting on yourself. That's what I want to talk about today. I know you're a person that bets on yourself. Me and your mom, man, we're starting to launch out, man, and realizing the true gains of what it means to bet on yourself. You know, you
Yes.
have education, you have influence. You begin to move about the cabin freely. And there comes a time in your life when you just have to start believing in yourself, to the point where, you know what, hey, and that might mean different things for different people, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And that's kind of what I want to put a focus on today. And also, well, before I just get in that, let me allow you to share a little bit about what that means to you about betting on yourself.
Man, when it comes to betting on myself, I'm living it right now. And I'll tell you this, it's scary. It's not
Mm.
easy. But I tell you this all the time. It's hard to be your best self. If it was easy, everybody be doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I,
teach.
I don't think life is about making yourself suffer, but I think it's about challenging yourself. And one of the hardest challenges is betting on yourself because it's easy to just throw money in the stock market, buy some crypto, buy some real estate. Everybody's doing it and it's easy. Of course, the tough things, I got to get the money to invest it. But what's money? Just a piece of paper. They just got done printing out what? 2 billion, $3 trillion. How many 2 trillion dollars? Some ridiculous amount of money. They just print, hey, more money. You know what I'm saying? The money is out there. But the real hard investment to make, excuse me, is in yourself. And I have to agree with you, coach.
Let
That's
me
the
ask,
investment. Yeah, that's the investment you really want to be making. But talk to me, coach.
man, I was going to ask you, how do you keep my first question is, how do you keep the difficulties at bay and down? Because whatever you do, whether you work in a job, whether you're an entrepreneur and have your own business, you're contracting your services out, you're trying to do this, trying to do that. How do you keep the difficulties at bay, or not being so stressful and so out of the box where you
Mm.
just like, I can't handle this? How do you achieve that?
For me, what I do is, if I can be completely honest, I live for me. Every day, I live for me. I don't do anything that I don't want to do. And what I mean by that, let me even flip it. I don't do anything that I think other people want me to do. I
Mm.
live my life for me. So when I get up in the morning, I'm getting up and I'm being productive for my prosperity. I want to be prosperous. I want to achieve my goals I have in my life. I'm, like I said, entrepreneur. I got into the Venture for America Fellowship. I'm so excited. I'm in the class of 2022 fellowships. I'm be
Woo,
going,
woo, 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 woo. We're gonna be hearing more about that in the future, but go
you know
ahead.
what I'm saying? So there's so many things I want to achieve. And in order to embrace that prosperity and abundance, for me, it's like it started off with me just not like I removed everything out of my life that I didn't want to do. But the next step was realizing now I need to add things in my life. And of course, it came with, the head, heart, and hands, finding the what I desire, finding the why, and then applying myself. But when it was coming time for me to realize, like, what do I actually want to apply myself to? Like, I'm doing all this fun stuff. I'm a musician. I love it. I'm doing all these great things. But now, where do I actually want to go? And that's where realizing where I need to focus more on the things that I want to do and take out other people's desires from me out the equation, because nobody knows me better than me and God himself. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
wanted to.
Yeah, but how about
No,
you, Coach? Though
no,
I
hold
want.
on. I had another one. Because
Oh, okay, okay.
you prime suspect number one, brother. I gotta keep I gotta keep
No.
pulling. Hey, you know that movie, The Unusual Suspect? That guy, do you least suspect that committed the crime? That's you, brother. You on Front Street. I wanted to ask I wanted to ask you another question is that because I don't want to move too fast through this. I always like to slow walk it,
Right.
because you hear a lot about people saying, man, I don't know what I want to be, what I want to do. I don't know, what my passion or what my drive or what my focus or what my gift is. Sometimes it takes other people longer than others, but I don't think it's that difficult if you have the right tools. And I just wanted you to kind of talk to the people about how you found yourself because you like really confident and really on point to your giftings, and I know it wasn't like that for you always, and I kind of wanted you to go back. Let's take a few steps back for several years, maybe 5 to 7 years, in your formative years, right as you were going to college and figuring out yourself. How could you share with some of those individuals who are just now starting out to be excited about where they could end up and finding their gifts and their passions and purpose in life? What's
Yes.
some things that they can do?
Don't be afraid of experiencing and living.
Mm,
And let me, I'm gonna have to throw in the caveats because it's 2022. I'm not talking about getting out there and losing your mind.
mm,
I'm not talking about, indulging in things and living in an abundance that's not going to serve you in the future. I'm talking about don't be afraid of experiencing and what the world may call as a mistake. Don't be afraid of trying it. You know what I'm saying? And then understand that when you're living, like Coach says this all the time, when you're living in your purpose and when you're in line, know this, you really can't lose no matter if you go left or right. You're always win. So within that experience, once you know that you can't lose, every decision that you make is going to be towards your winning and towards your glory in if we can use that. And so what like from my experience, I'll that was my college experience, a lot of mistakes, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but at the end I learned so many things in my college years. So then when I got into my postgraduate years, when I was working corporate and doing my thing, I realized that my decision making skills were so much more in tuned because now I just wasn't going off the wisdom that I got from my parents and aunties and grandparents and mentors. I had wisdom that I accrued from my own experiences. So when it
yeah,
came to me, uh, oh, I wanted to buy a duplex. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of money. I was making more money than I knew what to do with it. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go. I started duplex hunting, finding spots, found some great places, a little bit, some out of my price range, some in of it. And while I was in the midst of all that, I was like, one of the things I learned while I was in school was the power of being debt free. And for me, I realized, okay, no matter what, and I also learned this amazing lesson from a mentor work. The most important money I make is the money I make today. So I put all these pieces together, and let me explain. I'll break that down very quickly. What that statement means is about compounding interest. We can talk all day about, but if I'm like, you saw what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin went from cents and dollars and hundreds of dollars and maxed out 66,000. It's easy to get in that hype train and try to start investing, serial investing. But the first investment you need to make is in yourself. And within that, pay off your debt. If you don't that is immediately returns. Because what happens is, say your credit score is okay. You're paying first car, you're paying 9 to 11%. Okay. So what happens in that, when you pay off your debt, instead of making money from investing, which you can make 8 to 10% in the SPX 500 over 10 years has been proven, but you make a guaranteed 9 to 11% that the minute you pay off your car, because you're not paying that interest. You've automatically in that moment made money by paying off that debt. So for me, bringing everything around full circle, when it came time for me to decide, okay, do I want to buy a duplex? I had to be real. I didn't know what the next steps were. It was COVID. It was so many things happening in the world. But I said, you know what? From my experiences I've learned from from my wisdom that I've gained and from the wisdom of my mentors, I'm gonna hold off. And I just made the decision. We fast forward to November last year. I bring this beautiful day, November 8th, of the last day that I was a corporate mechanical design engineer. And I looked at my life and I looked at all the decisions I made, how everything, I couldn't even get in the beginning, everything just aligned, like the stars were just, the planets was aligned and everything was beautiful. And I realized one of the big decisions that I made by not buying that duplex, and I had one less expense that I had to worry about in my grand scheme of what I wanted to do in my life within being self-employed. Of course, you all know this. One more finance tip for my young 20, mid 20-year-olds. When you buy a house, it's not like renting. Coach knows this. You're not just buying a house, like you're not just renting, like, okay, oh, the mortgage is gonna be, I'm renting for $750, but my mortgage, or let me be more realistic. I'm renting for $1,400, but my mortgage only says it's gonna be $800. Run it back, run it back. Okay, first of all, it's $800 if you put the full 20% down for a conventional loan. Okay, so what happens if you don't put the full 800 down? I know I'm getting into all this
That's
housing.
okay. That's okay.
Let me just say this. There's PMI, there's fees to the broker, to the realtor. There's so many hidden fees and everything that once you finally paying it, you're almost paying pretty much what you had in rent. So your monthly payment may be around $1,200-$1,300. You're saying, but I'm still making it, and the money's going into the house, and I'm making money. That's great. What happens when you got to fix your roof, though?
You teaching, brother. You teaching.
What happened? And I'm just going to list off things that the coach is doing some big things. Like, what happens when you want to install a new bathroom in your home, and you don't know how to do it by yourself, so you got to hire laborers to do that. What happens when you want to put a new garage door in your home? Those are luxury things. Let's go to the basics. What happens when you need a new water heater? You got savings, okay? But I got to pay off my debt, man. You don't know it's hard out here, iMANi, man. It's hard out here. No, 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 no. It's not. As you're making your life harder. You're making yourself suffer instead of just challenging yourself. I say, instead of making the investment that I think is the best thing for me, I'm gonna take all the information that's given to me by mentors and family and applying it to myself. And I was able to say that in my own life. I'm blessed that I didn't buy that duplex for 175K, which would have been a great thing. It would have went up in value, but you don't make money until you sell it. So all that value that I would have gained in the property meant nothing to me. But that only came from full circle, me taking the time to learn from my experiences. I wasn't afraid to ask questions. I wasn't afraid to get out there and do it. And I also got to thank Coach a lot because he was a lot of guidance within that time for me as well. So that's my experience. That's my story. But that's only my story. Now it's time for you to get out there and try that for yourself.
Yeah, I said, that's why you're talking about mentoring. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about the Hype Man channel. We're here to help young emerging professionals to grow better, be better, and do better. And that's why we do what we do, to share our life experiences and hype you up, to encourage you to be what it is that you need to be in yourself to make an impact in
Yeah.
your life and for the legacy that it is to follow you. You hit down some very, very key and crucial points. But as we continue to move forward, I just want those individuals who do have experiences with um, uh, knowing how to lessen the blow or the difficulties of betting on yourselves, to write some other tips and comments into the to the
Yeah.
chat or the chat or the comment section below, so
Yeah.
that we can all continue to learn from each other, because this is a community
Yes.
and we need to learn from each other. And then on ways that you've discovered and found your purpose. What kind of things have you done to actually excite you and motivate you and to get you over that first, second, and third level that's there? Because we continually evolving
Yes.
each and every season. We're not the same. We're energy beings that continue to grow from season to season. And every season you have to take a step, and it gets difficult. So that's what we're here to do. We want to encourage each other. And I'm telling you, I'm being encouraged. And
Yeah.
so just to share a little bit about, what I've seen as far as what you're talking about, Imani, as far as lessening the blow and the challenges that come with betting on yourself and getting out there, starting a business, getting out there, and just believing, in yourself. Uh, that paying off that debt is a major thing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you because me and Dr. Dula over here, we're about to make a huge uh, investment as it relates to betting on ourselves. But the reason why we'll be able uh, to endure a lot of the hardships that we probably didn't have to endure when we were younger. Reason why we're going to set those at bay is because once we capitalize off the investment that we made years ago, it's going to assist us to pay down and pay off our debt so that when we're
Yes.
out there launching the things that we believe in and that we're good at, that we've been planting seeds all these years, we'll be living, um, not having high expenses, so
Yeah.
that we're making decisions using the resources that we make toward toward things that are going to push us forward. We're not paying off, these big mortgages. We're not paying off three and four cars. We're not, consumed with paying down the credit cards, or, we may have a little student loan here or there, but, Monty done paid all his student loan off. He ain't even 25, 26 yet. Paid all the student loans off and those kind of things. So we had to be cautious about how we're, our financial literacy and how we're moving forward and not putting ourselves in those traps.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's one, and I'm glad you hit on that because that's how you keep, that rat race and keep that challenge down so that you can express
Mm.
the creativity and the signature move and the superpowers that you have. We
Yeah.
can't hear ourselves, we can't see ourselves, we
Mm.
can't operate in our power because we're bogged down with debt. We're bogged down with issues and concerns. We
Yes.
have too much stuff. That's another thing we're doing. We're taking inventory of a lot of the stuff that we have around. And I'm looking in this room right now, and we're getting rid of a lot of this stuff,
Yeah.
so that we can think and think clearly, feel clear, feel good about ourselves. It's hard to move freely about this planet if you just feel with just stuff, you
Yeah.
know and you have to
Yes.
take inventory and clear out, your cell phone with a lot of the people that may not mean you well. Clear out, your files, your clothes, the food that you eat. You just have to take inventory all the way around the board so
Yes.
that you're thinking and feeling clear. That's one of the things that kind of assists you with finding out what you're good at and putting you on the path of your purpose and knowing your gifting. Uh, a friend of ours told us a while back is that one of the things that you could use and you can do to find out what you're good at is look in your book bag. Just take a look in your book bag. What if people come to you and say that you were good at? In high
Mm.
school, they were like, man, if so and so was here, we could really use, that's where you probably might want to start. You know,
Mm.
look in your book bag, find out what you were good at and what you are good at, and what people look for you when you're in a team of people. They say, hey, we need so and so here because, and think about that. You know,
Mm.
invest your time in that. Whatever that thing is, invest time in that and start building on that, whether it's music, whether it's creative writing, whether it's speaking, mathematics, money, construction. Invest some of your free time into those areas, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and begin to see that area grow in your life. Because what happens is when you invest time, your time and your energy in those areas, you begin to see the fruits of that. And it might not be that you're going to be a musician or an invest or a real estate investor, this, that, and the other. But if you start down a pathway, you begin to knock down and look at areas that will when I say knock down, you'll be able to find those those uh, key elements within real estate or within music that'll help you get on that path that you need to be on. So what I'm saying is do something
Yeah. I
that
yeah.
you enjoy.
I definitely if I can just bounce off that, it kind of sounds a lot like the first step of figuring out what you want to do is the least do like do something so you know you what you don't like at least, because it'll get you everything you know you don't like will get you a step closer to knowing what you do like and what
Teach
does
it.
feed your heart and what feeds your soul when you're moving.
That's a spot on way to say everything that I said in fewer words, but that was real good. And that's my encouragement to young people. You can't make a mistake
Yeah.
because one way or the other, you're going to win because you're going to figure out, well, even though I did that and I wasn't great at that, that might not be my path. But what I did learn in that I wasn't great at, it was something that I was able to learn in that experience. One, that wasn't my thing, and then two, in that experience, it was something that I was able to pull from the learning experience, working with other people, writing your thoughts down, communicating in certain ways,
Yeah.
figuring out how well you communicated, whether it's in writing or whether it's, verbally or whether it is, through the internet. You figure these things out and you have this attitude that I'm a grinding attitude, like I'm gonna get this thing, we gonna get this thing,
Yes.
because it's just like I'm gonna do this. You can't let life happen to you. You have to go and make life happen for you,
Mm,
and go out there and and get it. You got to be excited about something. It doesn't have to be the major university. It might be a trade. It might be a detour into being a barber or a nail technician or like whatever it is. You're
mm,
doing something that excites you.
yes.
And you're filling in the blanks as you move along. So.
Yes. I love what you said, Coach, and I pray that everyone in the audience was able to take something. And I want y'all to put down in the comment section right now what really touched you, whether it was something that I said, that Coach said. Just let us know down in the comment section. We love you guys. And as we start to close out this episode, a lot of gems have been dropped. You know I got to do it. You know where we're about to go. The beer check-in. Let's see it, Coach. Let's see it. Come on, let me see it, Coach. Oh, oh, coming in. Oh, is that a little lit? I see. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Man, it's starting to drop a little bit more. Look at I'm starting to get little waves in the front. Look at that.
Oh, yes, sir.
See how it's like waving a little bit there?
Yeah, yes. I like that, Coach. I like that. I like that. Man.
It's
So
like little, it's like look at that.
see that? Yeah. And so far, we've been holding back on the main products we've been using for you all. I can show you all. How long has it been now, Coach? Almost 2 months,
Man, it's been a little while.
almost 2, 3 months we've been using, and we've been holding back because we wanted to test it out, experience it, and I think this is a good time to let you all know what we use. And I'll put the exact product set that we use down in the comment section. It is called Scotch Porter. So what?
Yes.
Yeah. So with Scotch Porter, they have a line of beard wash, deep beard conditioners for in and outside the shower, and also something you can use post conditioning to lock in the moisture. So throughout the day, you don't have to experience the dry beard. Um, I've actually been using it for a while, but I got the incomplete set, and I can tell you truthfully that I've seen a lot of progress. I wish I had the before and after pictures I can put in here right now. When I say the thickness and the girth, and even like underbeard and all of that, for me, who already had a full luscious beard, when I started using the entire product line, I saw immense, like mind blowing experience. I just cannot wait till they start sponsoring this. I'm gonna speak it out because I know it's about to happen. But I've seen a lot of growth. The coach has seen a lot of growth, so I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
I was trying to I was trying to find out one of the before pictures, but we're gonna have to do that on the next episode. Is bring out some of our before pictures.
100%. We'll get that for you all. But when it comes to that, that's the beer tip for today. The product will be down there. The full line that we use is the beard wash, the in shower conditioner, out of shower conditioner, and then there's a bottle of moisture that locks in the moisture post that. And I love it because they have beautiful instructions. So I'm not even gonna wait your time by breaking it down here. You can take the 5 minutes to read it and check it out. It's so user friendly, and it's actually pretty funny. They have little jokes in the little pamphlet they give you as well. So that's the beer tip. Talk to us. What's the health and wellness tip of the week?
The health and wellness tip. You know, um, let's just make sure that we're getting enough water, but not
Mm,
too much water. What I am learning is that, you want to drink water when you're thirsty, right? But I think sometimes, and I was listening to one of my mentors, Sadhguru.
mm.
It talks about, we have to be careful because everybody's drinking water and drinking water bottles and things of that nature, which is very important. Water is a very important uh, part of our makeup. Even as humans, we're a lot water, but then you want to be careful that you're not getting too much. And what I mean about that is that we have to be balanced in what we do.
Mm.
So make sure you get your daily intake of water, wherever that is for you. You do your research. You talk to your health professional, because water again is a very important part, of your makeup as a human and energy being. So that is the health and wellness tip for today. Water.
There we go. Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much for having this. Where can we find you, Coach? Talk to us.
Man, you can find me on any social media handle at Coach Green Gene, and me and Dr. Dula, my partner in crime, at WeBuildLegacy.com. In a couple of weeks, we'll be sharing with you a new thing that we'll be sharing with our audiences. I don't want to get it out of the bag now, but that's why iMANi's laughing. But how can we get in touch with you, iMANi?
Man, you can find me on any platform. My main is on Linktree down in the description, but you can look me up on base_iMANi on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, everything. You can find me on there. And that's what's up, y'all. We the hype man. We love you guys. Peace.
Peace out, you guys. Thank you so much.